Okay. Yeah, chat. This will be a little bit a different type of content, but I think this is kind of cool. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pick a question. I'm gonna write it on a notepad, and the question I'm answering is if it takes a long time to answer, it'll be on screen for the whole time that I'm talking about it. Until we go next question. Chat, this question has a lot of angles to it. That's why I chose it. Question is, why did you think that becoming a streamer would be profitable? There's like a lot of good answers to that, because it's like a lot of angles. Profitable monetarily is cool and all, but at the beginning you can't expect it to be profitable monetarily. You just can't. It's impossible. You can't even like think about the idea, in my opinion. You think about it as like a hobby. So in my opinion, it's like it's profitable in terms of like everyday life and enjoyment. In a lot of games, I used to play League all the time, and it would actually enhance my enjoyment for the game. Being able to share the passion I had for League and the characters and the universe and the commentary or whatever, that's rewarding in and of its own. Does that make sense? And at the same time, I would also learning English. My English was really, really, really bad. And playing League and see, I don't know, interact. I used to stream in French, but seeing like a lot of people in chat were English or like in the game, it's like a good mix. And I guess you could say it was profitable that way. So yeah, it didn't matter. Streaming wasn't profitable for as like an income for the longest time. I used to make like like $4 a week or something like that. Okay, why is chat so slow? Because chat is currently broken. Yeah, I answer this question almost every time, so I'm gonna let's just get it out of the way. When do you think you'll retire? It's hard to see retirement because I don't really see Twitch as like a job. Does that make sense? So it's gonna see like retirement, but I always want to be involved in like live content stuff. So even if one day streaming doesn't feel rewarding overall, like I don't feel like my energy is being put to use or whatever, and I feel like it's not balancing off of anything, and it's just energy wasted. I would rather give some of that energy or mindset or some of the cool ideas that I have and combine it with something or somebody. Like I always do, guys, I have like projects. Like let's say streaming disappeared overnight for personal streams or whatever. I would love to work with companies or like brands that make events like tournaments or whatever, and try to find ways that I think were good, interacted with chat when I did it solo, and try to implement some of these concepts to their product and make that like cool, fun, exciting, and make people want to be part of it. Because right now in the streaming sphere, when it comes to the companies have a big, in my opinion, a problem finding stuff that sticks and makes people want to be part of. So I'd love to do that. That'd be really cool. Sometimes I have a lot of like projects or whatever, but I don't want to take time off to do them, so I just keep streaming. Sure, guys, I don't want to dodge questions, even though this is not that interesting. I don't mind answering it. I kind of live life like an idiot, a little bit on purpose. This sounds very odd, and I will regret this 100% down the line. 100%, and I know this for a fact. But I try to turn a blind eye on most of earned income or whatever. Like I make sure that like the checks come in, and that I'm not getting scammed in one way or another. But I don't double check like amounts because I know they're fine. Like I try to just do streams like I used to do them when we had like 100 subs or 10 or 100. I try to keep it like a purist way, and I know for a fact that's like that could be negative because I could be missing out on a lot of things. I could be missing out on a lot of possible income or whatever. But it's kind of a way to like remain grounded in what I love, and I don't want to lose touch with that. I feel like I like just making chat spam emotes and just attention, dude. Making people like have like a reaction to stuff I do. Then when I was young, I used to do this all the time. I would do crazy stuff all the time out there. In real life, I just do like crazy stuff. Something was bad, something was funny, just to get a reaction out of people. And I don't want to lose touch with some of these things just because of money. Especially since most streamers are already overpaid anyway. This is tough because even though sometimes I'm like really confident in what I do and what I am, that's just kind of how I'm as a person. I don't like having titles. It's why I always tell you guys that I feel weird about awards and trophies and whatnot, because I feel like titles are very temporary and they fade super fast. And I don't want to say, oh dude, I'm one of the biggest streamer. I'm streamer of the year. I'm this, I'm that. I don't want to get attached to these ideas that mean nothing to what I do. Does that make sense? What I do every day, and whenever I go live, whatever, I don't want to sit there and be like, yeah, I'm here because I'm #1 streamer, or I'm biggest streamer, whatever. I don't want to have these thoughts. I think they're useless and they fade. And also, whenever you're not #1 streamer, then you're gonna have to come down from that big high pedestal that I'm putting myself on, you know. And also, I don't really know how the internet works. I don't think anybody does. Also, like I can barely get a full sentence together. I can't really say sometimes I express myself in a way that I think is annoying to listen to and odd. And I'm like French, I'm missing a lot of words, and my thoughts, I put them bad into wording, so I don't really know why people watch the stream. So I feel weird that the stream grew this much, especially since, you know, at the time, I was like, oh, really? I said this before, but every time we hit a milestone, like 100 subs total, I was like, guys, this is as far as somebody who stutters and speaks half English, half French will go. And then 1,000 subs, I'm like, guys, we've hit the cap. Okay, I'm glad you guys were here for it. 1,000. We're done. But then 2K. Like, guys, the show is over. That's it, boys. We've hit the absolute top. Okay, we got like, there was some sort of glitch in the system, boys. And then 10K, I was like, dude. I was like, you know, it kept being like that. So it's kind of hard to see it otherwise. See it other than that. Are you happy? Am I happy? I'm always happy, but it's always been this way. I guess you could say I got kind of lucky in the way that maybe I was raised, or that my brain like developed. I don't know why. It's very easy for me to be happy in any situation. And a good example that I gave chat before of this is when I was young, I would do stuff and I would get consequences for them. And I'd be smiling and stuff like that. And I would get like grounded, or I would lose like, but I would always smile and laugh. And my dad would always look at me and say, you're just a happy boy, aren't you? And I'd be like, woo! And I feel like sometimes he would misunderstand it, or he wouldn't, like he would get it, but not really. And even in times where like things were, I guess you could say, rough or something, or like I was in debt, or lost motivation, I've always been happy with like anything. And that's kind of lucky, you could say, because it makes me kind of well, I don't want to jinx it, but always made me like somewhat like indestructible. Does that make sense? It makes me feel like a titan, because I'm like, you know, oh, this happened, it's really bad, but I'm still not sad. Oh, this is a very bad news, but I'm still not sad, you know. It almost feels kind of eerie. This also, I don't make this too dark. Yeah, one more thing about this. This is kind of weird. Maybe this also happens for some reason with death. For some reason, like I process like death of like people that I know or close ones kind of like differently than I would expect. It doesn't quite get to me the way that I feel like it does to others, but I can't explain why. Especially in social situations where death was presented to me, people would cry and be sad, and I feel like there was like an expectation for me to be sad, and I couldn't do that for them. And sometimes that upsets people. People will get somewhat mad at me. And I don't blame them, because I know that it can be rough for them. I know when I was young, I think my grandpa died, and my dad was kind of like somewhat like mad at me, because I wasn't really sad or I mean, I was, you know, I don't want to diminish it, but you know, it's kind of hard to explain. Yeah. Just side topic, as I said, my most regretful decisions. I have a lot of regretful decisions, things that didn't pan out. But see, that's another thing I process differently. I don't mind that, because I've failed and crashed so many times. It just feels to me it's now coded in my head for some reason as like part of the process. So I don't really feel regret in that way. I get acclimated to new scenarios much quicker. I just go like, okay, that's it. That's the new set of constraints. That's the new life. You know? Hey man, life changed because of these stats. Now that's that. Okay, that's it. That's what life is now. Fuck it. We're going with it. Being said, you're gonna get getting a place. I think some people know, some people don't. I already have one. The house that I currently live in, I bought it, and I never told you guys because you know, I don't really think it's interesting topics that much on stream, but yeah, I bought this place. I've had it for like a year now. The only thing with Texas is that there's like a property tax. That's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. Yeah, it's coming together. I'll show you guys more hints soon. Getting furniture is not really my specialty, so Semi kind of brings me like hundreds of items, and I kind of just skim through them. I just no. I'm trying to do something crazy with the house. I'm trying to make it kind of wild or crazy inside. I want to have like walls that are like one color with like a graffiti on it or something like that, you know, like some you know. I want to put like carpet on the walls in like a weird like motif or something. Well, because I'm kind of a kid in my head still, and sometimes I have ideas that are kind of dumb. And you know, when you were young, you kind of want to like take a crayon and round the wall. That's kind of what I want still. Just on like a higher level. Yeah, my topics are not very interesting, but I don't mind showing that part because that's like with any job, and it's when I started streaming, I had gotten the computer, and I had like, even though I had a job, I was always around like $0, right? And I would kind of like level out the spending and whatever, and try to make it always zero. But what my dad told me is that I shouldn't use a credit card, you know, too much like a credit card. I shouldn't buy things that I can't afford. So I would make sure that if I wanted to buy an item, I had enough money to buy it. And sometimes that meant buying nothing at all, which is fine. Which is fine. Buying nothing at all, which is fine. And I think there's only one time where I went over with the spending. I ended up like spending a bunch, and I was 1.4K in debt, and that stressed me so much because I was like 20 days in or something, and I couldn't figure it out. So I started like selling a bunch of items, and then I went to a tournament and I won $1,000. And then like the day of or one day before, I ended up maxing out my credit card and being able to pay it, and I never had a single payment that was late, and so my credit score is like perfect, I guess.